Hey guys, what's going on? It's me. I'm back. I know, I've been gone. I'm gonna knock out a bunch of videos for you guys today, but this video is gonna be focused on this knife. And this is a knife that I really did not expect to be as amazing and as this knife has integrated so well into my everyday carry. I find myself carrying this all the time now. Super great action, but that's not even why I carry it. So as you guys know, I kind of made a video a while back, not necessarily saying the nicest things about zero tolerance knives and their newer models. And I have to say, after handling this, I can't say every knife they make is an exception to that, but I can tell you guys, this knife is definitely spectacular, especially if you like that 3.5 to 4 inch blade. I think this one has a 3.6 or 3.75 inch blade. So, first thing, despite this knife's looks, it is actually extremely comfortable. Here, let me just show you guys the handle. So you guys can see there's that weird, weird like finger. It's not a choil, it's just a groove. And a lot of angles going on this knife. I can tell you in extended cutting, and trust me guys, long story, I've been doing a ton of cutting recently. You know, it it doesn't form any noticeable hot spots. The handle doesn't. The clip is a different story, and I'll get to that. Blade shape, I love it. I love that full belly blade. It kind of reminds me of a Spyderco Military, and I think it actually has nearly. Actually, it has a little bit more cutting edge than a Spyderco Military, while carrying much smaller in the pocket. Or not much, but a little bit smaller in the pocket. Military still takes it for me, but I mean, come on, guys, that's my fucking dream knife. So, blade stock on this, surprisingly, not that thick. I can't tell you exactly the thickness of it, but I can tell you, relative to this 0562, it is actually noticeably thinner, and also relative to many other knives I own. It's probably it's about the same as a 0350, I want to say. So I mean, it's not super thin by any means, but it's not, tremendously thick. Let's see. Compared to a Spydie Chef. Yeah, about the same as a Spydie Chef. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not necessarily focusing the best. But, so that's number one. Two, ZT, I don't know them as doing the best DLC coatings. But one thing I noticed as soon as I took this out of the box is that the coating's a little bit different in terms of feeling, even on the handle. A lot of ZTs, they have that real chalky feeling DLC coating. This one's a little bit smoother, but it's still matte, so it doesn't reflect any light. But for whatever reason, this one is holding up a lot better. It's not showing much wear. You could probably see a little bit, probably around like here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, not too much wear to speak of. In terms of sharpening, this knife has S90V, sharpened up pretty much the same as Spyderco's S90. I didn't notice any tremendous difference. It really did feel the same. I don't find S90V to be as difficult to sharpen as people say. I don't find anything really to be difficult to sharpen. It just takes longer, which doesn't make it more difficult. It just means it takes longer. So, but in my opinion, it's no different than like S30V in terms of, how long it takes to sharpen. I think it's about the same. So next thing, it is a full titanium handle. It only has one standoff right there. You can see it's got a large screw, if it'll focus, right there. Pivot is free spinning, not my favorite thing in the world, which means you need a Torx driver on this side as well as a Torx driver on that side. Not the end of the world. I mean, certainly worse things going on in my life than having to use two Torx drivers to tighten a pivot screw. But it is kind of annoying. What else can I say about this? This one has a real light detent. And now that I'm on camera, of course. There we go. Oh, that was dumb. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I don't know why. It just does. Really, if I were to draw a single comparison, this knife reminds me a lot of the Kershaw Launch 1. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if anyone has been following my channel long enough. But I had a Kershaw Launch 1 way back when. It actually got stolen by someone on Instagram. They said they were going to send me a knife, and they never ended up doing it. But that's beside the point. It really does remind me of that, though. And I like that. One thing that stands out to me with this ET, there's no jimping, which I really appreciate. I don't know about everybody else, but all my other ZTs, should I say all? Is it all of them? Yeah, for the most part. Pretty much all of them are heavily jimped out. And I don't like that. I know a lot of people do. And I know this is tactical and it has tiger stripes and DLC and a frame lock and stuff, but I don't need jimping. I find that it doesn't really help, I guess. It just, to me, it hurts my hand. It doesn't even hurt it. I just don't prefer it. It causes mild discomfort. And call me a baby, call me what you want. I just don't like jimping. Action on this is superb. It's super smooth. I don't know why. Usually, I feel like coated knives aren't this smooth. And this one is a blem, too. I can't actually figure out what's wrong with it, which I guess is a good thing. I got it for pretty good price off Instagram. My buddy PNW Knives, who actually sent me this guy for free, not a blem. Hooked it up, so I got a good, good price on it. So I was like, why the fuck not? And I grabbed it. And I have to say, this has been one of the most impressive ZTs I've ever owned. And it came after I made that video saying, I can't stand ZT. I don't like their new stuff. I don't like the company as a whole. I think, and their warranty has kind of gone downhill as well. In the way that, I've been seeing some conflict, I'll call it, on social media between Kershaw, ZT, and customers, which is upsetting to see because I feel like they led the industry in, customer service, I guess. But man, I have to say I'm super impressed with this knife. So here it is up against a Para 2. I don't know if I already did the size comparison, but let's see here. It's hard to do these with the way I do my camera angle. And then Spidey Chef. It's a kind of looks similar in terms of size. Yeah, I don't know. It's actually much bigger than the Spidey Chef. It's actually about the same size as the Lion Spy, the full size. So, and that's a big knife. I mean, that's 6.5 ounce knife. I don't know how much this one weighs. It doesn't weigh much. But all in all, I have to say, ZT, I am super fucking impressed. You know, from how, thin it is for a ZT behind the edge. I'm also impressed with that 0562. I'm impressed with the ergos on this. I feel like the edge is like up, front and center, where it needs to be. I feel like my knuckles aren't gonna drag. Don't want to be a fucking knuckle dragger, guys. It doesn't have. Actually, that is one thing it does have wrong with it. It still does have lock travel, but nothing terrible, I have to say. So if you put tons of force down, I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's pretty major lock stick. But yeah, guys, this is such a good knife. I can't even believe it. I don't know. I'm not big into the whole tactical tiger stripe thing, but for whatever reason, I think this knife is fucking cool. It stands out in my collection. Like, I have a lot of satin blades. I don't have too much DLC. I don't have a lot of color anymore, but, I mean, this still stands out, at least in my collection. So, man, it's getting late, guys. Sorry. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I said, man, it's getting late. It's about 12:30 where I'm at. So thank you guys for watching. If you're thinking about getting this knife, I'd probably get one. I mean, what I always say is worst case scenario, you don't like it and you sell it for $5 less than you fucking bought it for. Go on Instagram. Literally, I'm going to even tell you guys what to type. Here's what you're going to type. ZT0095 TS, or, maybe you don't get the TS with the S90V. Maybe you get a different version. Type catch and release, asking, and then put $5 less than whatever you paid for it. And then just take it from there. But yeah. So I highly recommend this. I can't say the same about a lot of the other ZTs I've handled, but I can certainly say, this one specifically, other than the lock travel, it has performed flawlessly for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the... Oop! Fuck. Look at your dumbass YouTuber right here. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, guys, I gotta go to bed.